Joseph. So it came to pass when Joseph had come to his brothers that they stripped Aleph Tav Joseph of his Aleph Tav coat, Aleph Tav the coat of many colors that was on him. Joseph is another Messiah figure. So all over Joseph you see Aleph Tav like this. I will stretch out Aleph Tav my hand and strike Aleph Tav Egypt with all my wonders. In Genesis with Noah, it says Aleph Tav, and this is interesting because I've never really seen another scripture that begins with Aleph Tav. There probably is one, but this is unusual. So it says, Aleph Tav, my rainbow, I set in the cloud, and it shall be for a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And if you notice the word sign, there's a Vav in the middle this time. So it's Aleph, and then Vav, and then Tav. And that's the word in Hebrew for sign. And even in Genesis 1:14, he sets the sun and the moon and the stars in the sky for signs. It's those. Signs, seasons, which is appointed times, and years. So that word, sign, ot, is in that first piece of Genesis, which we don't see. We don't see the Moedim, we don't see the appointed times in Genesis 1 in our English translations. So those are all hidden from us too. So much is hidden from us, when we read a translation, and has been hidden from us, though the Lord is awakening all of it. And that's another thing. The Lord awakens. It's not like, yes, it's been hidden from us, but He's in control of the hiding also. And He's in control of the revealing. So when things become revealed to someone, that's when it's going to happen, when the Lord reveals. Not when we can help, we can share things with people that may awaken their spirit, and it may be a blessing, but it's the Lord who awakens, not peeps. The Ruach, yes. So this is always a blessing to me, because when you see a rainbow, go back there, and remember, when you see a rainbow in the sky, remember that that's the covenant that the Lord gave to this earth.
Stephanie, I just figured this out recently. When I was a kid, I think of rainbow, I always thought of a ribbon, like a bow. And actually, what it is, it's a bow, like a bow and arrow that is set down. It's arched. It's not vertical, how it is when you would shoot it. It's laid down like a weapon. It's a safety. It's a bonus of safety.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is just a little pictorial representation of sign. Now they use the word nail. I left it there. I tend to just change that to hooked. But so you can see in the ancient Hebrew, in the word ot for sign, the leader or God nails are hooked to the sign, which is the covenant. And you can see that He's God, that's the covenant. And so when you remember, Tav looks like this. Tav looks like what he's being hooked to for us. You want to read, Judy?
For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swore unto their fathers, flowing with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten their fill, and waxen fat, and turn unto other gods, and serve them, and despise me, and broken Aleph Tav my covenant.
That's the Torah portion this week. And you can see that. And we broke. As He gave us the Torah, He knew we would break it. Moses broke the first set of commandments because the children of Israel had already sinned. Speaking of Moses, he's on the mountain still, right now, for a few more days. The 120 days that he actually spends on the mountain receiving the commandments, 40 days in the middle where he repented for the children of Israel, and the 40 days that he went up to receive the second set of commandments. So he's on the mountain in the windows of time receiving the second set of commandments. He comes down on Yom Kippur, on Tuesday, and he says basically it's finished, because on the Day of Atonement, when the high priest comes out after slaughtering for atonement, he says it is finished. Yeshua says it is finished. When Moses comes down, he's coming down with the word of the Lord, that is Yeshua. So in the next few days, I don't know, I keep thinking of that during these, especially these last 40 days that Moses is on the mountain right now. The Lord is in all time at the same time, the beginning and the end. So that always blesses me. Okay, we're almost done. The Lord said to Moses, "Come to Pharaoh, for I have hardened Aleph Tav his heart, and the Aleph Tav heart of his servants, in order that I may place these, again, signs of mine in in his midst. And the sign was, the blood shall be to you, it's the bloat, which means for a sign upon the houses where you are, and when I see olive top the blood, I will pass over you. So on Passover, the blood was put on the doorpost, the little blood, which we know is the blood of Messiah, was put on the doorpost. So the Lord would, the angel of the Lord would pass over. Stand still and see. Olive top, salvation. Salvation in Hebrew is Yeshua. So in Hebrew, that's actually what it says. So stand still and see. Olive top, Yeshua of the Lord. Crossing the Red Sea, the Lord said to Moses, stretch out olive top your hand over the sea, that the waters may return upon, or in Hebrew it's shuv, which is today is Shabbat, the Shabbat of repentance, or the Shabbat of turning. So it says, so that the waters may shuv the Egyptians upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And the Lord overthrew, and it actually means to shake, olive top the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. I see this as the giant mikveh of the Egyptians. They're going into the sea. The waters are shuving, are turning over them. And yes, they die in a human sense. But I think it's more than that. You want to read Luke?
And King Moses told the people, Alatah, all the words of the Lord. And Alatah, all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice, and said all the words that the Lord Achad has said we will do. And Moses took Alatah's blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord Achad has made with you concerning all these words.
Over the Torah, he sprinkles the blood. On top of the ark, you will put olive top, the mercy seat. Olive top, the mercy seat. The mercy seat is where the blood is sprinkled. So we're putting olive top. Olive top can represent the blood, the sprinkled blood. When I first started noticing the olive top, especially in the tabernacle, I kept seeing like in my mind like blood. So I'd see the olive top utensil, I'd see the olive top table, and I kept seeing the fact that the priests were told to sprinkle the blood upon the altar, upon the end. So it just, you see it in the letters, you see the actual blood. So the fact that this blood was put upon the mercy seat and the olive top is there. So this is the high priest, and this is the high priest's garment. The Urim and Tumim we mentioned earlier. So you shall put in the breastpiece of judgment, olive top the Urim, olive top the Tumim, and they shall be over Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord, and Aaron shall carry olive top the judgment of the sons of Israel over his heart. For the Lord continually. He carried the children of Israel upon his shoulders. Amazing. So the Urim, again, means light, and the Tumim means perfection. Yeshua is the light, and he's perfect. He carried the Torah, he walked the Torah from the ground. So, it's kind of interesting that those two stones each began with an olive and were placed in the breastpiece in the pocket of the garment. Therefore you shall keep the children of Israel olive top Shabbat, to observe olive top Shabbat throughout all the generations for a perpetual covenant. And you have not let me know olive top, whom you will send with me. Go to the altar and offer olive top your sin offering. Olive top, these you shall eat, whatever has fins and scales in the waters. So this is about Sukkot. So also on the 15th day of the 7th month, you will keep olive top a feast to the Lord for 7 days, which we'll have the opportunity to do soon. Of that there was such a heart in them that they would fear olive top me and keep olive top all my commandments always. And because this is Mishkahn David, on that day I will raise up olive top the Sukkot of David, which is fallen down, and repair its olive top breaches. I will raise up its ruins and rebuild it as in days of old. So, all we like sheep go astray, we have turned everyone to his own all, in him, on top of iniquity of us all. And so as with each piece of the tabernacle, so many that we saw, Aleph Tav always is before you and within you. So like we did earlier with the 7 up here, you are that. He is within you. So you're standing with others in a similar way. He's standing with others in you. So that's why we come around others. We come around the broken. We lift up the broken. I'm broken. Lift me up. Because he dwells within us. And his blood is covering the redemption, the restoration, is that which is within us. So, all right, let me just read this last one. And covering the priest, who is to be anointed again is Mashiach, so it's Yah Mashiach, his Aleph Tav, and who is consecrated, Aleph Tav, his hand, to be priest in his father's stead, and shall put on the Aleph Tav linen garments, even the holy garments. So, when Aaronic benediction is given to Moses and Aaron to bless the people, it actually says, and so this is the way you shall put my name, Aleph Tav, my name, upon the children of Israel. Okay, so I'm just going to speak it lightly.
Hallelujah!
Sorry. See, you can turn that off now, Peter.
Thank you.